Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Jay, and this is Football Talk. And in this one, we got what happens after an NFL kicker chokes. Now, this one's like a little bit of a different type of video for my channel. I think I have reacted to some like where they break down certain things. I actually like it. I'll probably will watch this on my free times, but I figure, I'll drop a video for you guys since the playoffs and stuff for college football is until what, Thursday. So I got a couple videos lined up similar to this for you guys. Man, oh man, I'm super excited because that is a great question. Cause I feel like us as fans and like we don't really care about the kicker until they miss, and now we all over them. But instead, when they make it, when they get the walk off, we only excited for this long, and then we don't know then we act like we don't know their name no more. Instead, we should be more celebration. It should be more celebrations to the NFL kickers, cause that a lot of times that is a pressure situation, man. Game on the line, got 3 seconds left. Quarterback got y'all into field goal range, and now it's all on your foot. Yeah, man, oh man, but I cannot wait to hop into this. No more talking. Let's jump right into it.
2019, the Mitch Trubisky Bears versus the Nick Foles Eagles. This is playoff football as God intended. The 12-4 Bears had one of the greatest defenses of the decade, while the 9-7 defending champion Eagles limped into the playoffs with Foles looking to make another surprise run. And Foles led a 60-yard touchdown drive to take the lead
I
with
do
less
remember
than a minute
this.
remaining in the game. Just one problem. He left too
This
much
brings
time on
back
the clock
memories.
for Money Mitch. Trubisky drove the Bears into field goal range, and with 10 seconds left, Chicago trotted out Cody Parkey to attempt a 43-yard game winner. Parkey was in his 5th year in the league. He had the chance to
Was that his nickname, Money Mitch? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Mitchell Trubisky this year, that year was
he made the
on
Pro
money.
Bowl as a rookie, but injuries kept him out for most of 2015, and the Eagles cut him in 2016. As goes the life of a kicker. He had a decent year with the Browns in 2016, then an excellent year with the Finns in 2017, converting 91% of his
Wait
field
a
goal attempts.
minute.
The Bears rewarded him with a 4-year
I
contract.
didn't know
In
that
8 games,
the
he
kicker
hadn't missed a
for
single extra point and made 13 of
for
16 field
the
goals.
Bears
But
was
against
the same
Lions
kicker.
in November,
So all right, let's
Cody
read this right here.
Parkey made
2 years
history.
removed from the
He
Pro
hit the
Bowl,
uprights on 4
Parkey
separate
was
kicks,
released after
missing
the
them
Eagles
all.
chose to give the
Then,
kicking
in the
job
last
to
week of the
Caleb
regular season in Minnesota,
Sharp.
Parkey did it again.
Sharp. You know
Built a
what? I ain't even
reputation
going.
for himself
Parker
as the
missed
most
all
accurate
2015
kicker
with
in the
groin.
league. Hitting the
Oh,
skinny little
damn.
goalpost is more
That's
impressive than
unfortunate.
kicking it through that big
Goodness.
gap between them. So
Talk
with the
about
Bears
full
season on the
circle.
line, Parkey upheld his reputation by missing the most famous kick in modern NFL history.
Did he say the Fins?
I'm Jacob. You may know me from my channel, and that's baseball. Mr. Stark has given me this platform to talk about another sport that I love that doesn't quite fit my brand. This video is about some of the most famous missed kicks in NFL history, and what happened to each kicker in the aftermath.
What?
So, what exactly happened to Cody Parkey after the double doink? Parkey was released by Chicago that offseason. He kicked for the Titans for a month in 2019 with their starter sidelined. He made all 3 field goal
What?
attempts.
I
and
did
5
not
of
even
6
know that was a
extra points.
stat.
This was his only miss.
Off the post.
Parkey rejoined the Browns as a starter for the 2020 season, doinking twice with them in an otherwise strong tenure. He re-signed for 2021, but he went on the IR in the preseason and was released before the regular season. He played 1 more game for the Saints, missing 2 extra points and further injuring his groin. Cody Parkey hasn't played since. After his notorious miss, Cody Parkey made 25 of 28 field goals. That's a higher field goal rate than before the double doink. And with the Browns in the 2020 playoffs, he didn't miss a single kick. He's only 32 years old right now, so it's a little bit strange that his career flamed out the way it did. He didn't exactly fall off after his worst moment. He was still pretty good, but he was only a starting kicker for 1 more year. The repeated groin issues in 2021 were ultimately the final nail in the coffin. But if he never had that infamous moment, I wonder if he would have gotten more opportunities to start in the NFL. The reputation as a choker has never quite left Parkey. It's the curse of being a kicker. It's very rare to be known for hitting a big kick, because the expectation is that most kicks are to be made. So they're either just doing their jobs, or they're blamed entirely for the loss. And Parkey will forever be remembered as the guy who hit the goalposts 15 times in his NFL career. Every NFL fan knows about the four falls of Buffalo, making the Super Bowl in 4 consecutive seasons and losing to the NFC East each time. Little did they know, their first trip was the closest they'd ever come.
Damn, that was
8
his
seconds left
final.
in the game, down 20-19, Scott
Nah.
Norwood pushed the biggest kick of his and many others' lives.
I felt so bad for him on this.
No good! Norwood missed. 4 seconds left. The Giants have won Super Bowl
Hold on.
25.
My dad and his friends were
Ninja
going nuts somewhere in
commented?
North Jersey,
What?
celebrating the Giants' big
I never
win.
understood
Western
how
New
college
York
and
was
NFL
stunned,
football
but they
teams
really
allow
shouldn't have
kickers
been.
that just
Scott
miss
Norwood
kicks.
was not a
I feel
very good
like
kicker. He
there
was both
has
a
to
Pro
be
Bowl
pools
and
of kickers in
first-team
the
All-Pro
U.S.
selection in
that won't miss
1988,
simple
but that was
kicks,
the
or
only
snappers
season
that
in his
won't
7-year
miss a
career
snap. I
that
don't
he
know,
made
man. It
over
seems so silly.
77%
Would
of his attempted
love
field goals.
opinions
In the
on this.
1990 regular
Okay, first
season,
foremost.
he made just 69%. Moment aside,
Once again,
his
we're
big miss was
undervaluing
probably a quarter foot
the
chance of making
pressures
it at
that a
best.
kicker
The
goes
Bills
through.
kept Norwood
Oh,
as
all
their
you gotta
base
do is
kicker
just
in
kick it.
1991,
It's
and
gonna
he
go through the
progressed
go.
further,
No,
the field goal rate
it's a
falling to
lot more
62%.
that goes
Despite
into it.
this, he kicked the
It
perfect
looks
postseason
simple.
for
The
Buffalo,
great ones make
going
it look
5 for
simple.
5 on field goals and 8 of 8 on extra
But
points. A pretty good
imagine
production for him,
pressures
though
on
the
the
Bills lost
line,
another
right?
Super Bowl. In 1992, the Bills waived Norwood in favor of the
Your
younger Steve
foot
Christie.
depends
Christie was more
on
accurate and had a
if
bigger
your
leg,
team
but
is a
Norwood,
dynasty
who
or
had just
not.
made 13 straight postseason kicks, expected a call
How many
from
of us
another
are actually
NFL
gonna
team.
make that
He
kick?
continued practicing kicking at his local high school
Hmm?
in hopes of finding a new job in the league. But
It's
that
so many
call
things that
never
can
came.
happen.
Scott
You got
Norwood
guys
was the
coming
most
at you.
famous
It
athlete
could
in
be
the
blocked.
world for a couple
The
of days
snap
in January of 1991.
could have been
Just a few
botched.
years later, he was
It's
making cold
so
calls as a
many
insurance
things
salesman. Norwood
that we don't
wasn't the
think
greatest
about
kicker, but by
when
the
we see a
standards of the
kicker make a
time,
field
he almost
goal or
certainly
miss a
would have
field
found
goal.
work as an injury
That's
replacement
just
or
like,
training camp competition
okay,
at the very
I
least.
see.
Wide-Right followed him
Yeah,
forever.
he missed
was
it,
the
but
guy who missed
I
the
see.
kick. He let an
I
entire
probably won't
fan
be able to.
base down.
And I
On the
do.
bright
I cannot
side,
stand
that kick inspired
people.
SRS
Oh my
Mike's
goodness,
Mount
it irks
Rushmore
me
movie, Buffalo
when they
66.
say, "Oh, I would have made him must sleep."
There is
No,
no
the fuck
movie
you
like
wouldn't.
Buffalo 66.
No,
Watch
you
it.
wouldn't.
I'm begging you.
People that
So I
say
hope
that
Scott knows that his cultural
would
impact
not
has
do what they
outlasted
say.
99%
They,
of pro
those
athletes.
are the people that you
Mike
don't take advice
Vanderjagt
from.
didn't kick in an NFL
Hey, if I was
season
you, I'd
until
do
he was
this. Well,
28
why you
years
ain't
old.
doing it?
That's the same age as Cody Parkey.
Man, because this is no, cause I hurt my knee. I hurt my knee in 5th grade elementary school. They told me I couldn't play no more.
One of the
What?
greatest CFL kickers of all time. in his
Shut
prime.
up,
The Colts
man.
signed him in
Damn.
1998, and he continued his excellence in the States. He was definitely the most famous kicker of the early 2000s, but not always for the right reasons. He was second team All-Pro in
Damn,
1999.
that
and kicked
hurts.
An even higher field goal percentage in
Oh, I
2000.
wonder where
But after
the Ohio
2002-2003
State kicker went.
postseason, he went on a cable TV interview in Canada, and he called out everyone. He said, and I quote, "I'm not a real big Colts fan right now, unfortunately. I just don't see us getting better." He went on to criticize his quarterback, Peyton Manning, and head coach Tony Dungy.
I
for lacking
remember
emotion,
seeing this on
as well
highlight
as saying
tapes.
the team wasn't passionate enough. Manning was asked about the quotes on the sideline during the Pro Bowl. His response was generational.
Mike Vanderjagt and your team made some comments questioning maybe your passion and your and the personality of you and Tony Dungy as to being winners.
Yeah, that's hard to believe, Leon. Here we are. I'm out of my 3rd Pro Bowl. I'm about to go in and throw a touchdown to Jerry Rice. We're honoring the Hall of Fame. We're talking about our idiot kicker.
Oh,
who
damn.
flickered up and ran his mouth off. So,
I didn't know it was like
now,
that.
man, what has the sports world come to? We're talking about idiot
69.
kickers. He has ruined kickers for life.
It's a
And
great
he's
field goal
Jerry,
percentage
he's
if you
got
ask me.
guys living getting killed all week because our idiot ran his mouth. So when I get home, I'll deal with it. Tony and I talked about it. It's kind of funny, really, when you think about it. Get in. If he is still a teammate, we'll deal with it. You know, it remains
Yeah.
to be seen. But the sad thing is, Lynn, he's a good kicker. He's a good kicker, but he's an idiot.
Vanderjagt apologized to the team, and
I've
as
heard
Hayes
that name
said,
before.
He was simply too good of a
Steve
kicker,
Chrissy.
just
I ain't
cut.
gonna lie, he
And
got one
Hayes
hell
was
of a
right.
name.
Vanderjagt went on to kick the best season in NFL history in 2003, making all 40 field goals and 58 extra points across the regular and postseason. Ironically,
Damn.
he went on to miss the game-tying field goal in the Pro Bowl that year, but that's not his big miss. In 2005, the 14-3 Colts played the Steelers in the divisional round. The
I mean,
Colts
I ain't gonna
felt
lie.
the
Hey,
reputation for being one of the
insurance,
best regular season
business as
teams
an
year
insurance
over year.
board, they
Then
get
falling
get
short in the
paper.
postseason.
Some of
Up
them get
3
more
points
than
with 80
get
seconds
paid
left,
more than
the
NFL
Steelers
people.
sacked Manning to get the ball back just 2 yards from the Colts end zone.
Hell,
Hall of
he might have
Famer
made more.
Jerome Bettis
Yeah,
was about to
he made
punch
more
the
money
Steelers' ticket
as an
to the
insurance than he
championship
did kick, especially
game.
back in those
Then the
days.
impossible happened. The bus fumbled, and Colts defender Nick Harper nearly broke free and returned it for a touchdown. But Big
Buffalo
Ben made
60.
an
I've
incredible
never even heard
tackle
that. Is
to
it?
hold the lead. Payne drove the Colts well into field goal range, setting up the most accurate kicker in NFL history for a 46-yard game-tying kick. Vanderjagt wasn't even close.
And it's no good. Not even close.
What?
His last action as a Colt was slamming his helmet, earning an unsportsmanlike penalty in the lost game. Except I just lied. He did one more thing to piss off Colts fans on the way out. Less than a week after the loss, Vanderjagt went on David Letterman's late night show. He kicked a 46-yarder outside of the studio, making the kick and subsequently cracking jokes with Letterman like nothing just happened. Ultimately, his contract expired and the Colts replaced him. His appearance on Letterman has been cited as part of the reason the Colts signed Adam Vinatieri to replace him. I think Colts fans everywhere are happy with how things turned out. Vanderjagt only had one more NFL
wait a
season
fucking
in the
minute.
tank, joining the Cowboys.
You're
in
playing
30
on the
injuries
team.
before retiring as the most accurate kicker in NFL history.
He said,
Played
I'm
one
not
more
a
year in
big
the CFL
fan
before
of the
retiring
Colts
as the
right
most
now,
accurate
and it's a
kicker
team
in
that you're
CFL
playing on, and you're
history.
playing
Despite his
with
perfect
Peyton
season
Manning,
and
one of the
fantastic
greatest
overall
quarterbacks
resume, Vanderjagt
in the
lives
NFL,
on
in
Colts
NFL history.
infamy for both his off-the-field antics and the one big miss.
What?
Billy Cundiff spent 4 years with the Cowboys before they signed Vanderjagt to replace him. Over the next 4 seasons, Cundiff signed with 8 separate teams. I think he might have lived the most kickerish life in the history of kickers. From 2006 to 2008, Cundiff attempted and missed 2 NFL field goals. For a 3-year span, all of you watching this video made the same number of field goals as a notable NFL kicker from age 26 to 28. He continuously got beaten out for jobs in training camp, and he struggled to make it any further than practice squads. Cundiff got a job as the Browns' injury replacement in 2009, making 10 out of 10
We're
kicks
talking about
before
my
being cut.
kicker.
The
Oh
Ravens
man,
saw
this is
him
my
as a
little
potential
favorite.
upgrade at the position, so they cut Steven Hauschka, and Cundiff became their new starting kicker. He wasn't great or anything, but he did enough to remain on the roster for more than a few months. Cundiff was excellent in 2010, making the Pro Bowl and first-team All-Pro, converting all of his kicks in the postseason. And
Oh,
scoring 5
nah,
touchdowns.
if he
In his
still
career,
is a
Cundiff was almost
teammate.
perfect inside 30 yards. He didn't have much left.
Nah,
He
nah,
only
nah,
had
bruh,
5
don't
50
apologize.
yards
Nah,
for
stand
21,
on it.
but
You
the
gotta
Ravens
stand on
kept
that,
him around
nah.
because he just never missed the layup. Until the 2011 AFC Championship. With 15 seconds left in the game, Cundiff ran onto the field to attempt 32-yard game-tying chip shot. The Ravens had a timeout, but opted not to use it. Rather,
Dumbass.
ran Cundiff onto the field as the play clock ticked down. Watching the play back, everything looks a little bit rushed. The holder didn't properly rotate the ball, and Cundiff pulled probably the worst shank of his entire life.
By the way,
Like
before I was a
said,
Tom
this
Brady
is
fan,
mostly on the holder.
the Colts was my
Seams are
favorite team,
supposed to
and
be
Peyton Manning was
facing
my
uprights,
favorite player.
not nearly parallel with them. But no fans or media are blaming the holder. The Ravens replaced him with Justin Tucker the next training camp. Cundiff joined the Redskins in 2012, but he made just 7 of 12 field goals, including missing 2 within 40 yards. He was cut mid-season.
Big Ben was
Cundiff
different.
found his way back to the Browns in 2013 and 2014, kicking fairly well for those 2 years. A knee injury at the end of 2014 all but ended his career. Billy
Nah,
Cundiff
shut
spent
up.
13 years
I
in
don't
the
want to see
NFL.
him no
In
more.
that time, he
Nope.
signed
What?
contracts with
What?
13
You
different
said Peyton
teams.
Manning and the
Seems
Colts
like
wasn't
his
good.
big miss
I'm
got
not
in
really
his
big
head in
fan
2012,
kid.
as that was by
Well, I'm not really a
far
big fan of
his
your
best
ass.
season.
Okay.
Before that miss, Cundiff had made 89% of field goals under 40 yards.
It was not even close, my brother. You could at least doink it. Okay, I wouldn't have nothing really much to say, but it wasn't even close.
Cundiff's big miss directly impacted Eli Manning's
Don't you ever. I don't even care where he end up at. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hopefully he's safe and sound. But as far as kicking for another team, I don't want him.
Vikings fans
Don't be mad, nah.
Eventually, before Vanderjagt kicked his perfect season in 2003, Gary Anderson made all 35 field goals and 59 PATs in the 1998 regular season. The 39-year-old was on his way to his first-team All-Pro selection of his career, and he was doing it for the best offense in the NFL. The 15-1 Vikings beat the brakes off the Cardinals in the divisional round.
I mean, we got Vinatieri, one of the greatest kickers ever.
With a touchdown lead and
Don't nobody need your ass.
Anderson had a chance to increase the lead to 2 scores, effectively sealing a Super Bowl appearance for Minnesota. From 30
Don't nobody
yards,
care.
Anderson's
yeah, of course, he was kicking for the damn Cowgirls.
The Falcons executed a perfect 2-minute drill, tying the game and sending it to OT. The Vikings even possessed the ball twice in overtime.
How you
but
gonna
they
go
failed
in
to
the
score.
right
Gary
after?
Anderson's Falcons counterpart, Morton Anderson, walked off the game with a 38-yard field goal.
About his worst. What was that punter? That black punter for Oakland.
Morton Anderson is in the Hall of Fame. Gary Anderson.
You guys remember him? He's always wear the one glove.
Super Bowl and finished out his perfect season. I think he'd have been enshrined in Canton years ago. In the immediate aftermath, Anderson posted his worst career season by far in 1999. He made just 19 of 30 field goals. I don't think it's just any coincidence that Anderson followed up his best season with his absolute worst. Just like Cundiff and Vanderjagt and Norwood, Anderson followed up his miss with his very worst season.
I've never heard of him
was a
before.
Fantastic bounce back, making 22 of 23 field goals and all of his extra points. Including 2000, Anderson kicked above his career field goal rate across his final 5 seasons. Even one of the greatest kickers ever couldn't immediately put his failure behind him. But unlike most of everyone else on this list, he still found more success after his huge miss. Well, what do you know? We got back-to-back Vikings here. Blair Walsh was a first-team All-Pro kicker in 2012. His most impressive feat was going 10 for 10 on 50-yard field goals, and he led the league with 35 field goals on 38 attempts.
Against my Patriots, he meant.
Turned in maybe the greatest rookie kicking season.
Great job, great. Hey, you did good, bruh. You did good. Don't let nobody tell you didn't.
Walsh didn't even close out his first. In the 2015-2016 NFC wildcard round, after 4 good seasons as a Vikings kicker, Walsh lined up for a 27-yard
Oh my god!
With under 30 seconds to go, the kick would all but seal.
It definitely was on the holder. Oh my.
He had made 33 field goals under 30 yards. He'd also made 97% of extra points.
I mean, the
this
GOAT.
was a chip shot under most circumstances, but it was negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit with wind chill, so nothing was guaranteed.
Snap good, spot down, Walsh's kick is up, and it is no good, he missed it! Are you kidding me? The season can't end like that!
Damn, that's unfortunate, man.
Including hitting from 43 and 47 yards. The Vikings didn't score a touchdown against the Legion of Boom Seahawks.
13.
Field goal was such a chip shot.
Oh, he was getting passed around.
Went to Walsh. Anyone want to take a guess on what
Under
happened to Walsh in
60%?
2016?
Motherfucker went from
His numbers were
89 to.
down.
Oh
He
my
missed 4
god.
PATs in 19 attempts and 4 field goals in 16 attempts before being cut. Walsh signed with the Seahawks.
Yeah, hell nah.
The same
It's better than
Seahawks
under
who
60.
the playoff win
I mean, that's
a year
still
before.
80s now.
In the 2017 preseason, they faced the Vikings, and Walsh jawed back and forth with and made gestures towards his former teammates. After the game, he said that they were taunting him and that he was just returning the favor.
Hey.
O-line
We don't tolerate that over
Podcast by
here.
former Vikings
No damn
O-linemen
thank
who were
you.
on that team paints Walsh
Mess
as
up our damn perfect
unsympathetic
season
and a
and
bit
shit.
egotistical.
Zimmer was like, hey,
Tom
it's
Brady
not
could have had
on
2
the
Super
player,
Bowls.
It's on everyone. And I can't remember who it was. It might have been Everson. It was in the back and goes,
The fuck it is it?
And started like freaking out.
Is there any sense of like, oh, we feel a little bad for a guy in that moment, or is it just rage?
Damn.
No.
Immediately?
Rage.
Like
That guy
21?
cared more about his arms than anything. He worked out by his
I remember
jack
hearing about this
every
game right here.
day. And he wore like
Well, like, I have a couple best
Look
friends
at the
that-
helmets.
After that little dust-up, Walsh began an excellent stretch with Seattle, missing just one PAT and one field goal through the first 7 games of the season. But against
Are
Washington
you
himself,
serious,
he
bro?
came off the wagon. Walsh missed 3 field goals in the
What?
first half, and Seattle went on
But
to
they
win
was still
7
up?
to
Oh
0.
my
Including
goodness.
that, Walsh made just 9 of his final 16 field goal attempts with Seattle. He missed a game.
They had it twice in OT. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
Then against the Cardinals,
I hope you guys did not see that.
Down 2 points and under a minute left to go, Walsh missed from 48 yards. Walsh cost Seattle 3 separate opportunities to win games that season, and they missed out on the playoffs.
That's
by
okay.
1
That's
point.
where I heard the
Some would
Anderson
note
one
that
at.
Baker did
Okay.
overall after his big miss. But
I've
most
definitely seen that
notably,
Hall of Fame
he
picture
never missed
before
a
when I was
big
searching
kick
up
again. Missing 4
pictures and
consecutive
stuff.
game-tying or winning kicks looks like a mental shortcoming more than anything. He never kicked in the NFL again after 2017, falling out of the league before his 28th birthday. The only question left unanswered is whether or not the Vikings will find their clutch kicker.
That happens a lot, especially
I've
as
covered
kickers.
6 of the biggest missed
I've
field
noticed.
goals in NFL history, maybe the top 6 misses. Every kicker but Parkey attempted at least 12 field goals the following season. Their field goal percentages all dropped in those seasons. Every single one.
Damn, 84%? Okay.
Big miss with their lowest
That
career field
is
goal rate.
incredible
Out of the 6,
improvement.
all but Anderson left their team within a year of the big miss. Despite being the oldest by far at the time of his miss, Anderson is the only kicker who attempted an NFL field goal more than 3 years after his miss. Our final player is still active, so his story isn't
10 for
Tyler
10
Bass
on
has been the
50.
Bills kicker since 2020. He's
Jesus.
done an excellent job overall. He's converted over 80% of his attempted field goals in every season of his career. But in the playoffs, he's made just 70% of field goals and missed 3 PATs.
This game,
Only
oh
one
my
directly
goodness,
impacted
I
the
remember
outcome
watching
of the
this game live.
Against the Chiefs just last postseason, Bass pushed a potential game-tying
Bruh.
Right.
I want to say the reason why this game was played at Minnesota the
With minute
college
47 left
is
in the
because
game,
then
Mahomes and the Chiefs almost certainly would have pulled off some bullshit to win
the
anyway.
roof like
The miss
collapsed or
robbed the
something
Bills'
like that. I
defense
want to
and
say it
couldn't
was this
stop
year. It was
The
that
miss
year.
seemingly hasn't affected Bass this year so far.
Or it
He's
might
missed
have been,
a
it
few
was something like that.
PATs,
Like,
his
I don't know
field
if you
goal
guys
rate is
remember,
right around
but
what's expected of him. And he
I
drilled
think it
a
was
walk-off
ice. No, it was
61
snow.
yarder to beat the
Something like that.
Dolphins
And it
in
like
week
went
nine.
through
Only
the
time will
roof, the
tell
old
if Bass
the
can
old
bounce
Minnesota
back from the miss and
Viking
redeem
Stadium.
himself for the Bills
It's
in
a
the postseason.
video.
Let's see
It's a
if
video
Tyler
on
Bass
YouTube.
can
You can
beat
search
the
it up.
odds.
But it was that was crazy watching that. But I remember watching this game. This game was probably one of the most. The only one I did not mess with was the guy that still has the highest field goal percentage for his career. It's the only one I didn't mess with. But everybody else, man, like it was just unfortunate, especially the Minnesota one and the Bears one, because those are the two I watched live. I wasn't born when the Bills one happened. If I was born, I probably was a baby. I definitely was a baby. But those two, I remember watching live and just being like, what? It's kind of like how I felt this year with the Bengals and my boy Money Fearson, especially against the Ravens, like the earlier in the season. I'm like, are you serious, bro? You cannot be. You got to be joking. But shout out to everybody that was in this. Looks like they're doing good. Yeah, shout out to everybody. Hopefully, maybe they get one more chance. Who knows? But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this reaction. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.